He seemed so normal, quiet, unassuming. Jeffrey Dahmer could have been anyone's neighbor, blending into the background of everyday life. But behind his unremarkable facade lurked a monster, a predator whose depravity would shock the world. His Milwaukee apartment, a place of seeming ordinariness, concealed a chamber of horrors. The stench of death, a sinister secret, hinted at the unspeakable acts committed within. Dahmer's crimes, a grotesque tapestry of murder, necrophilia, and cannibalism, continue to haunt our collective consciousness. How could someone so seemingly ordinary harbor such darkness within? Jeffrey Lionel Dahmer entered the world on May 21, 1960. His childhood, though outwardly ordinary, held hints of the darkness to come. A fascination with animal bones, a growing detachment, and a preference for solitude marked his early years. Some experts point to a possible undiagnosed case of Asperger's syndrome, a developmental disorder often characterized by social awkwardness and repetitive behaviors. Others cite potential early trauma as a contributing factor. Whatever the cause, a chilling pattern was emerging, a morbid curiosity that hinted at a deeply disturbed psyche. Dahmer's teenage years witnessed an escalation of his disturbing tendencies. Alcohol became a crutch, fueling his burgeoning sadism. He began to fantasize about control, about dominating others. These fantasies, initially confined to his imagination, soon manifested in acts of cruelty towards animals. He would torture and kill small animals, dissecting their bodies with a detached curiosity. This macabre hobby, a chilling precursor to his later crimes, revealed a profound disconnect from the sanctity of life. Dahmer was slipping further into a dark abyss, his humanity eroding with each act of violence. Dahmer's descent into utter depravity culminated in a horrifying killing spree that spanned over a decade. His actions shocked the world and left a trail of devastation that would haunt the memories of many. He preyed on young men, often luring them back to his apartment with promises of companionship or alcohol. These unsuspecting victims were drawn in by his seemingly friendly demeanor, unaware of the horrors that awaited them. Once inside, his victims became pawns in his twisted fantasies. The apartment, a place that should have been a safe haven, turned into a chamber of nightmares. He would drug them, rendering them helpless before indulging his darkest desires. The drugs ensured that his victims were completely at his mercy, unable to resist or escape. Murder became a gruesome ritual, each act meticulously planned and executed. Dahmer's methodical approach to his crimes showed a chilling level of premeditation and control. Dahmer would strangle his victims, often engaging in necrophilia and dismemberment afterwards. His actions were not just about killing, they were about complete domination and control over his victims. He photographed his victims in various stages of pose and mutilation, documenting his gruesome handiwork. These photographs served as macabre trophies, reminders of his horrific deeds. Driven by a perverse desire to preserve his victims, to possess them completely, he collected body parts and kept them in jars. This grotesque collection was a testament to his twisted need for control. He experimented with crude forms of mummification and even cannibalism. His attempts to preserve his victims' bodies were as horrifying as the murders themselves, revealing the depths of his depravity. A grisly discovery. For years, Dahmer operated undetected, a phantom predator hiding in plain sight. He moved through the city like a ghost, his presence unnoticed by those around him. His quiet demeanor and unremarkable appearance allowed him to blend in, to escape suspicion. He was the man next door, the one you wouldn't look at twice. But, you know, his reign of terror could not last forever. Time was ticking, and the walls of his secret life were closing in. On July 22, 1991, Dahmer's carefully constructed world of macabre secrets crumbled. The date marked the beginning of the end for his gruesome activities. One of his intended victims, Tracy Edwards, managed to escape, fleeing Dahmer's apartment with a pair of handcuffs dangling from his wrists. His desperate flight through the streets was a cry for help. He flagged down a police car, leading officers back to the scene of unimaginable horrors. The police, initially skeptical, soon realized the gravity of the situation. The discovery of Polaroid pictures depicting dismembered bodies sent shockwaves through the Milwaukee Police Department. These images were a chilling testament to the brutality of Dahmer's actions. Dahmer's apartment, once a facade of normalcy, was revealed to be a charnel house, a testament to his unspeakable crimes. The officers uncovered a nightmarish scene that would haunt them forever. The case of Jeffrey Dahmer sent ripples of horror and disbelief throughout the world. How could someone commit such atrocities? What drove him to such depravity? Experts have attempted to unravel the complexities of Dahmer's psyche, seeking answers in the depths of his troubled mind. Some point to his early fascination with death, his detachment from others, and his escalating cruelty towards animals as red flags, warning signs that were tragically missed. Others speculate about the role of potential neurological abnormalities or undiagnosed personality disorders, such as borderline personality disorder or antisocial personality disorder. The case of Jeffrey Dahmer is not just the story of a monster, but also a stark reminder of society's failings. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about our collective responsibility. There were missed opportunities, overlooked warning signs, and systemic failures that allowed Dahmer to operate undetected for so long. Each missed signal was a chance to prevent further tragedy, a chance that was lost. His victims, often marginalized young men, were failed by a system that did not do enough to protect them. These young men, with dreams and aspirations, were let down by the very institutions meant to safeguard them. Their disappearances were often dismissed, their stories unheard. The cries of their families fell on deaf ears, and their absence was a void that society chose to ignore. Dahmer's ability to blend in, to appear normal, highlights the dangers of judging a book by its cover. His facade of normalcy was a mask that hid his true nature, a mask that deceived many. Evil often lurks beneath the surface, masked by a veneer of ordinariness. It is a chilling reminder that the most dangerous threats can come from the most unexpected places, hiding in plain sight. The name Jeffrey Dahmer remains synonymous with evil, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk within seemingly ordinary individuals. His crimes continue to fascinate and horrify, sparking debates about the nature of evil, the role of mental illness in criminal behavior, and the responsibilities of society to protect its most vulnerable members. The case also raises uncomfortable questions about our own capacity for evil, forcing us to confront the darkness that resides within us all.